Welcome to Cancelled.
Epilogue. At her side, where I always should have been. Cruz. 4 months later, Solana Beach, California. It wasn't easy. I had to earn every single piece of her trust back. But I did. Now I'm here. At her side, where I always should have been. Onyx Helix's IPO raised $450 million, giving us the boost we needed to expand global trials and accelerate commercialization efforts. One of our drugs was fast-tracked through Phase 3, after sending previously untreatable rare cancers into remission. And Satin Sinner? Evie took it beyond success. She opened her manufacturing and R&D facility in Carlsbad, pioneering cutting-edge cosmetic technologies. Last month, she stepped down as CEO, hiring someone with global market expertise. Mirroring the choice I made, she's unstoppable. I still have my place in La Jolla. CatDog and I spend most of our time at Evie's. It's small. We wouldn't want to be anywhere else. What she doesn't know is that shortly after our reconciliation, I bought a house on Cliff Street, just north of her condo. Her dream home. And I've spent the past 4 months remodeling it, making it ours. I had to hire double the crew at a premium just to get it done on time. It was worth every penny. Tonight, she finds out. Exactly 1 year ago today was our first date when I made her tacos, and she changed my life forever. Choosing a ring was supposed to be simple. Then my sisters got involved. And Scarlett, yes, Scarlett. The same Scarlett who spent months looking at me like I was something she'd scrape off her shoe. But lately, she's been warming up to me in her own terrifying way.
Oval is timeless.
Brielle declares, flipping through designs on my laptop.
It screams sophistication.
Demi immediately counters with,
Round, classic, elegant.
while Scarlett examines my screen with the intensity of a forensic investigator.
You know, Cruz, the fact that you're asking for my help proves you finally developed some brain cells. Took you long enough.
Scarlett says, not bothering to look up from the computer. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Don't get cocky. I'm only here so I can stay close enough to slip cyanide into your green juice if you break her heart again. And no, that's not a threat. It's a preventative health measure. For me, because I've officially hit my lifetime limit on Cruz-induced emotional mop-ups.
Brielle snorts at this, clearly agreeing with Scarlett's assessment.
She's gonna wear this forever, you know.
Demi adds, shooting me a pointed look.
Don't mess this up.
Like I need that pressure on top of everything else. Scarlett leans back in her chair, arms crossed. That familiar expression that means she's about to say something that will either destroy me or surprise me.
Honestly, the pressure should have sent you into a full-blown existential spiral by now. But no. You voluntarily walked into a clinic and said, "Snip my legacy, doc," like some kind of emotionally evolved unicorn. I'm both impressed and mildly concerned you didn't trade your sperm for stock options. So congrats, Cruz. You might actually be reprogrammable, but don't screw it up or I will chloroform you and send your vasectomy clips to Evie in a velvet box labeled closure.
Are you ever going to let me live that down?
Nope, but it was a solid move. I'm willing to sacrifice my genetic legacy for love of you.
There's actually something approaching approval in her voice, which is more than I expected from her 6 months ago. Demi points at the screen, clearly trying to intervene before Scarlett can really get going.
This one, pear-shaped, with a hidden halo. Dramatic but delicate. It's perfect.
I look at it, and Scarlett tilts her head, studying the design with the same intensity she brings to everything else.
Actually, not bad. It's giving tragic backstory wrapped in red lipstick. Very you.
And somehow, I know. This is the one. This is Evie. Scarlett, I say, turning to her with genuine gratitude. Thank you for helping, for giving me another chance. She shrugs. Her expression softens just slightly. The closest thing to emotional vulnerability I've ever seen from her.
Don't get sentimental now. Thank me when you're old and crusty and still married. And I haven't had to break into your honeymoon suite dressed as a bellhop to slap some sense into one of you.
I roll my eyes. Deal.
Also, if you ever hurt her again, I know where you live, where you work, and I have a very creative imagination when it comes to revenge plots.
The threat is delivered with such casual certainty that I actually believe her. Noted.
Wonderful. Now buy the ring before I legally adopt Evie myself and declare this whole relationship void.
Why aren't we going down to the beach?
Evie asks as we walk with Cat Dog, who's currently investigating every interesting smell along the sidewalk with the dedication of a detective. I shrug, trying to keep my voice casual. Different scenery. She raises an eyebrow but doesn't push. As we approach the newly remodeled house, she slows, gaze catching on it with the appreciation I was hoping for.
That house is perfect.
She says, softer than she realizes.
I hope I have one just like it someday.
I squeeze her hand, tugging her toward it with what I hope looks like spontaneous curiosity. Come on, let's take a closer look. She jerks back, immediately concerned about propriety.
Cruz, that's trespassing. We could get in trouble.
I pull out a key, unlock the door, and step inside with Cat Dog, who immediately begins exploring like he owns the place. Evie stops short in the doorway, her confusion flickering across her face.
What is going on?
I turn, drop to one knee, and watch as understanding begins to dawn in her eyes. The entryway is bathed in golden light, the ocean stretching wide beyond the glass. And in the center of it all, Evie, staring at me in stunned disbelief. I bought this house, I tell her, my voice steady despite the way my heart is hammering against my ribs. She goes still, eyes widening just slightly. For us, for our future, for every single day I plan to spend proving how much I love you. I open the box, revealing the ring. It catches the light from the sunset in a way that feels almost poetic, like it was always meant to rest on her finger. Marry me, Evie. Let me spend the rest of my life loving you the way you deserve. Her eyes glisten, her lips part, and her breath comes in a shaky exhale. But then, something unexpected happens. She laughs. It isn't the kind of nervous laughter that comes with shock or hesitation. It's soft, disbelieving, filled with a quiet kind of amusement that makes her shake her head slightly, as if the sheer improbability of this moment is just now hitting her.
6 months ago, I got canceled by my CEO, and now he's asking me to marry him?
My mind blanks. Her words hit like a brick wall, and for a moment, I can't think, can't move, just scramble for something, anything, to say. Evie, you know I never meant that. I love you. I love you more than anything. And Before I can trip over any more desperate words, she rolls her eyes and reaches out, lightly smacking my chest. Her touch is warm, grounding me in a way that steals my voice for a second.
Shut up, silly. I was kidding.
The relief that rushes through me is immediate, overwhelming, and almost out of proportion, considering the way my heart nearly stopped. But before I can fully recover, she smiles, wide and sure, filled with a certainty that leaves no room for doubt.
Of course I'll marry you.
Then she moves. She steps forward, closing the space between us without hesitation, pressing herself into my arms. The weight of her, the warmth of her, the sheer rightness of this moment settles deep in my chest, anchoring me in a way nothing else ever has. Straight into my arms. Straight into forever.
We need to tell everyone.
First, Damien, since his place is right next to Evie's condo. We enter his building just as someone is leaving, slipping in without buzzing him. As we approach his door, I hear it. A female giggle. Familiar. Too familiar. Evie stiffens beside me. She knows that giggle too.
Oh, shit.
I pound on his door, and it swings open to reveal Damien, shirtless, hair a mess, love marks scattered across his chest. Before he can say a single word, I punch him in the face. The end.